Hi, I'm Casey Swingle. I'm a clinical assistant professor at Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. What is student teaching? You're one step closer to being a teacher. Now it's time for your student teaching experience. You might feel anxious or excited or a combination of both, but this is what your coursework and internship has prepared you for. So let's take a closer look at what student teaching is exactly, what you can expect, and certification requirements, including start and end dates you'll want to know. Student teaching is an essential part of your teacher preparation journey. During this capstone or culminating experience, you'll get to apply what you've learned at ASU to the real world and demonstrate your knowledge and skills in the area of classroom management, instructional strategies, and assessment. An integral component of student teaching is being fully immersed into the classroom setting relevant to your program of study. First, you'll be paired with a highly qualified mentor teacher who will supervise you throughout this collaborative experience. You'll also have a professional, experienced instructor who will observe you teach. Together, you'll receive cycles of feedback and support in a scaffolded model of planning, teaching, and reflection. This challenging and exciting experience is an opportunity to bring theory to practice. It will give you ideas for new techniques and strategies to use in your own classroom. Student teaching responsibilities vary depending on your program requirements, but you can expect to design engaging lessons with activities and materials that align to state standards and present instructional content to large and small groups, as well as individual students. These experiences occur over a 15-week full-time placement where students follow contract hours of their mentor teacher. While the student teacher's tasks can shift slightly, there are many responsibilities to help you learn what it means to be a teacher. These are some of the most common responsibilities: daily planning, participating in team meetings, facilitating school-wide duties, attending IEP meetings, collaborating with colleagues in staff meetings and other professional development events, and working closely with parents and students. Student teachers must possess a positive professional presence in the classroom and develop strong working relationships with their mentor teacher, students, colleagues, and families. Introduce yourself to the administration, the administrative assistant, the custodians, and other staff members who work at the school, and adhere to district and school guidelines, including appropriate dress and interactions. Get involved right away. Remember, you're a role model to students and contribute to providing a safe and rigorous learning environment. You'll need to demonstrate understanding of the expectations of the profession, including code of ethics, professional standards of practice, and relevant law and policy. Observing what your colleagues, including coaches, mentors, and professional experience instructors do can help you learn about these important professional expectations. While student teaching is a time-consuming experience in itself, you will need to maintain consistent communication with your ASU instructors and staff on a regular basis and complete all of your ASU course assignments in a timely manner. We know things will come up and we're here to help you. Reach out for support early and as needed.
My name is Katie Palachuk. I am a clinical assistant professor and a division strategist in Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. Students seeking a single teaching certificate will complete a student teaching experience in accordance with the ASU Session C academic calendar. The academic calendar is located on your My ASU page. Students are expected to attend their placement daily until the last day of Session C classes, unless otherwise approved by the professional experience supervisor or the division strategist. Out-of-state students who have been approved for an out-of-state placement will need to ensure that they are meeting the 60-day minimum requirement for single certification. Students will follow their placement school district calendar regarding school holidays, fall and spring breaks, and other school closures. These holidays and breaks do not count towards the minimum 60 days and 15 weeks in your placement. Students seeking dual teaching certificates will complete a student teaching experience following the ASU Session A and B academic calendars. These students will complete 2 rotations of 40 days per placement, or approximately 8 weeks as required by the Arizona State Board of Education. Students are expected to attend their placement daily until they have met the requirements of both placements. However, dates may be adjusted with the professional experience supervisor for dual certification students.
Hi, my name is Raylan Clausen. I'm the Director for Professional Education Services. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what supports you have. So as we're going through, we're going to look at the different types of supports you have that exist within your professional experience. You're going to have a lot of people you can lean into, so I want to highlight a few so you know exactly who they are. So the first thing that you want to do and keep in mind as you go forward through your professional experiences is you want to be as proactive as possible. We talk about this with our teachers and our students, like, hey, if you take steps before, it helps you as you continue forward. If you're struggling, find some supports. So I want to make sure that I'm highlighting for you those things to keep in mind. So the first one I want you to think about, and I want you to be sure of, is ask your coach, your mentor, and your administrator as you move forward for any help you may need. This can be something as simple as, hey, where do I find this resource? Or something more complex, like, hey, I need some help with thinking through an assignment or some pieces. We want to also make sure that you are asking for manageable or actionable steps when you're looking to solve a problem in your classroom. This is something we talk about a lot within the teaching world, is how can we find manageable pieces, and then how can we make those actionable as we move forward? Again, tap into your mentor, your coaches, or administrators. You also want to use your faculty. You guys each have a faculty member, whether that's a site lead or a supervisor that's provided to you. And they can be an additional support system for you. Oftentimes there are questions about the coursework that you're doing or even your clinical experience that they have a vast wealth of knowledge to help support. Now that's in addition to those staff members on your campus. We also want you to look at and ask for some support if you need it for opportunities that you might have in the classroom. So maybe this is looking at getting a chance to observe other teachers. Being able to practice is great, but being able to watch a master teacher in the classroom is even better. We learn quite often from those that we're watching, showing good and tough examples. So definitely take some time and seek those opportunities to be able to reach out. We also want you to reach out to your ASU faculty. If you're feeling like you're falling behind or you're struggling, or even if you're struggling just to find a balance, it's never easy when you're working through a program. And actually, if you're in a job embedded opportunity, sometimes this can be a little more challenging. So keep that in mind that your ASU faculty is here to help support you as you go forward. All of these different pieces are really important as part of that support system. Another aspect of your support system is your advising team. So you are all placed with the educator preps group, and on the next slide, you'll actually see the contact for them. So you have team educator prep. They're the people that'll help you with if you have questions about courses or otherwise. And we'll go ahead and share that information right now. Your advising team, again, I'll show you is your team educator prep. You can see the phone number and when they're available locally. Now, keep in mind, again, this is Arizona time. Some of you might be in different areas. You can also send them an email. They're going to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. They're great support. And make sure that you're setting the ASU email as part of those safe emails. If you're using a school email that's not ASU based, sometimes your districts basically block out those emails. So make sure you have them put on that safe list. If you're interested and need to connect with someone about an appointment, you also have the link for Calendly. This will let you schedule with any one of the advisors that are available to help support you as you go forward. Remember, the closer we get to registration timeframes, the faster those times book out. So think ahead. Again, kind of being that preemptive piece. And then if you have more questions or looking for more resources, check out the graduate student site. This is going to be a great place for you to jump into to get more information about any of your programs or any of the degree questions you might have. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Amber Mesco, who will go ahead and talk a little bit more about the additional support systems within our student success team.
Hello, my name is Amber Mesco, and I am an advising coordinator for the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. I am one of your academic advisors on Team Educator Prep or Ed Prep. I hope you have interacted with us in some capacity at this point, but we wanted to take a moment to just provide our contact information in case you need to connect with us at any point during this semester or truly at any point during your time here in your graduate program. Here listed is our phone number and email. If you do email us, please just know we work really hard to respond right away. You will hear back within 1 to 2 business days. We do work in a team model, so you may hear from various advisors, but just know we are all here to support you. One tip we do share with our students is to add our email address to your safe senders list, just to make sure we are not sending emails that are getting sent to your spam folder. It's not very common, but we like to share that tip just in case to prevent that. Here is also our link for our Calendly calendar, which you can use to book an appointment with us. You can also call that main phone number if you prefer to speak to someone and set that up that way. Our Calendly link is also in our email signature. So if you can't find this slide deck or you haven't written this down by now, you can go to any email we've ever sent you and find it that way as well. Lastly is our graduate student site, a very helpful website. If you have not become familiar with it, I would encourage you to do so. Again, also listed in our email signature for ease to access it that way. It has a lot of very good information in regards to your program, your plan of study, your certification process, and a lot of good resources for you as a graduate student. And speaking of resources, we have an entire team here in the Teachers College that are also dedicated for you and your success. So first we have Natoya Brown, our wellness coach. She is really great to meet with if you just need anything and all things wellness to meet about. We also have Trevor Knox, a career development coach. Again, these folks are Teachers College employees, so they are specialized in helping Teachers College students. So Trevor is a really great resource to use if you need anything and all things career. And to finish the student success team, we have Carmen, maybe one of the most popular success coaches. She is our financial coach, and she is an amazing asset to our department. She can answer any and all things financial, financial aid, financial literacy, your options to fund you as a student, all of those things. And lastly, we have Lauren Lee, an academic coach and another phenomenal resource we have on the student success team. If you are looking to meet with someone to support you with time management, study habits, especially balancing this full-time schedule in student teaching, she's another really good resource. Again, all of their Calendlys were linked here. You can always find them on the Teachers College website as well.
Hi, I'm Penny Dyer, a clinical assistant professor at Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. As a student teacher in the graduate program, you have an amazing support team at ASU and in your field placement classroom. The most important point in having a team is to ask for advice, guidance, and support. Your field placement support comes daily from your mentor teacher, a highly qualified and experienced teacher who is there to guide and support your progress through student teaching. Your mentor teacher will host you in his or her classroom on a daily basis. The role of the mentor teacher is to be there to give you daily feedback, guidance, and support as you progress through the program. Your mentor will model, coach, and guide you through all aspects of classroom management, student behavior management, lesson planning, assessment, and student data analysis. Mentors will complete progress reports for your professional experience course. You will be assigned a professional experience supervisor. Your professional experience supervisor will be your assigned instructor for your ASU student teaching course and will grade all assignments, which include some micro-teach and performance assessments throughout the semester. Your professional experience supervisor is there to support and assist you in all aspects of the program. They will offer feedback, coaching, and advice about your field experience. The key point is to ask them for assistance when you need it. Your professional experience supervisor is in constant communication with you, your mentor teacher, and the school site. Your supervisor is the connector between you, the placement school site, and Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College.
Hi everyone, my name's Audrey Enns. I'm the certification specialist here with the Teachers College, and I'm going to be talking to you today about the institutional recommendation, or IR, and teacher certification. So what is an IR? The institutional recommendation, or IR, is a notice that I, with ASU, is going to send directly to the Arizona Department of Education, verifying that you completed a state-approved teacher preparation program. The IR is valid for 1 year and it cannot be renewed. But when you're applying for certification, the IR replaces official transcripts for most graduates. So it's going to save you a lot of time and it's going to save you money because it cuts the cost of certification in half and you don't have to go through an entire transcript review when applying. We're also going to talk about your AEPA or NES exams. All applicants for teacher certification are required to show that they are proficient in their professional knowledge and their subject knowledge. For most ASU students, that's going to be met by passing the AEPA or NES exams in professional knowledge and subject knowledge in your desired certification area. These exams are required for your application for certification, and you're not going to be eligible for certification without them. So we want to make sure you get them taken. If you have any questions about your individual exam requirements based on your program and desired certification, please let me know and we can go over that together. To give a little bit of timeline on the IR and certification, you're going to be at the start of your semester, of your last semester before graduation. You're going to start getting emails from me about the IR and certification. We recommend that you start taking your AEPA or NES exams about halfway through the semester, just so that we make sure that your exam scores come back in time for applying for certification. Then we have your end of classes and degree conferral. The degree conferral date can be found on the ASU academic calendar, and it is a starting date. Your individual degree will confer within a couple days to 2 weeks of that date on the academic calendar. Once your degree has conferred within 5 to 7 business days, I'm going to send your IR directly to the Arizona Department of Ed. You're going to get a notification from me when that has been sent, and then you can start your application for certification. The Arizona Department of Ed estimates about a 4 to 10 week wait for application processing and certificate awarding, but just know that with an IR that timeline is drastically cut because you don't have to go through an individual course by course evaluation. And then the last thing we're going to talk about here is what you need for certification. So you're going to need to complete your ASU program. You're going to need to have that institutional recommendation sent. Again, I will be sending this to ADE on your behalf. You're going to need your Arizona IVP fingerprint clearance card. You want to make sure that that is still valid and is not expired. You'll need to have your passing AEPA or NES scores, and then you'll need to have your application fee. If you are a recipient of the Arizona Teachers Academy funds, you will receive a waiver for that application fee, and that will be sent along with your IR directly to ADE. So no need to apply for that or anything. And then if you have questions at all about the IR, certification, or testing requirements, please reach out to me. I'm available through email, phone, and Zoom. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cassandra Larson, and I'm the Assistant Director of the Education Experiences team that is part of Professional Education Services. My team works specifically with students who are in job-embedded experiences. So you may be asking yourself, what is a job-embedded experience? A job-embedded experience is when a student uses their employment for their observation, internship, or student teaching requirement. If you are looking to be hired by a school or a district, you must make sure that your position meets your program requirements. So for example, if you are a secondary English student, you must be working in a 6th through 12th grade classroom in your content area. There are a number of ways in which you can be hired. Many of our students seek paraeducator positions, which means they're in a teacher assistant role. Some districts have associate teacher positions in which students are placed on a teaming model. And students can also be hired in long-term substitute positions or as teacher of record, which means they are the lead teacher in the classroom. If you are being hired as substitute or a teacher of record, please keep in mind that you would need to be hired under a certificate by your district. Jobs must also take place at a school during school hours. For example, a before or after school care job would not be compliant, as this does not take place in a traditional classroom setting. If you're interested in finding a job-embedded experience, several local districts in the Valley post open positions on Handshake. Handshake is a job portal that all Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College students have access to. The URL is listed above, and you can log in using your ASU right. Once you are logged in, you can search for positions based on multiple ways, such as grade level, location, and subject matter, for example. Please keep in mind that you need to find a job on your own behalf. While our team can assist you with this search, and help you find a position that is correct for you, you still need to apply and interview for these positions on your own. Now I'm going to go over steps that you will need to take in order to seek approval from the Office of Professional Education Services. First, before you accept a job offer, you'll need to make sure that your position matches your program and that someone on that campus will be able to mentor you throughout your experience. Once you have let your placement coordinator know that you have received a job offer, they will verify your position and you will be emailed what's called a paid internship agreement via Adobe Sign for your review and signature. The purpose of this agreement is to make sure your administrator and your mentor teacher understand what it entails to host an ASU student. Once you have signed, the agreement is automatically sent to your administrator and your mentor teacher. Once they have completed their portion, your placement coordinator will approve and enter your placement details into Sonia. Sonia is MLFTC's data and assessment portal, and you will hear more about Sonia later in this presentation. Our education experience team is ready to assist you and help you smoothly transition into the education field. We are here to support you every step of the way. If you have any questions, please click on the link in this slide, which will take you to our team's Calendly page. This will allow you to book a meeting with a member of our team so you can ask your specific questions. Now, Sarah will transition into talking about what you do next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Hernandez-Byrne. I'm an assistant director at PEZ, and I get to chat with you about your next steps, which are the placement request form and the IVP fingerprint clearance card. Your placement request form is in Sonia and is now live for you to view and submit. You can access Sonia, our online placement system, by clicking the QR code. I'll show you exactly what it looks like in the next few slides. But as an overview, the placement request form is where you get to provide us with important information about you that can affect your placement, like where you're commuting from and if there are any special circumstances that you have, like limited transportation. Our goal is for you to have the best placement possible, and it is important that everyone submits their form. Forms are due by November 3rd. If you don't see your form in Sonia, please email our office at mlftc-pes@asu.edu. Once you log into Sonia with your ASU Right username and password, you'll see the home page like the screen here. Click Forms to view the placement request form. Click the red edit pencil to open the form itself. It should take about 10 minutes to complete the form. And once it's submitted, you'll see a green check mark like you do on this screenshot. The placement request form looks like a Google form. Your contact information at the top is preloaded. I do want to emphasize that it is important for PEZ to know where you're commuting from for your placement semester. Please update your address in My ASU as soon as possible if there's a change. There's a section for you to provide your address on the placement request form. If you're unsure, but you know that you're planning to move, please let us know in the notes section with as much detail about the general area that you'll be commuting from. We also ask every student to request 5 different districts for your placement. If you're unsure of which districts are near you, there's a link on the form that can give you some guidance. Moving towards the end of the placement request form, if you're planning to pursue or if you have a job embedded experience, please provide us with the paid position details. We also have a required note section for information, like if you have a specific school or a mentor teacher request for us. And don't forget to click the submit button when you're finished. Please note that student teachers must maintain an active IVP fingerprint clearance card. Check your IVP card's expiration date now. Your IVP card needs to be active 6 months after you are scheduled to graduate. If it is not, you will need to renew it with the Arizona Department of Public Safety website. Any student who has their IVP card revoked, suspended, or modified has to report it immediately to MLFTC Care and MLFTC PEZ. If you haven't submitted a picture of your card, please do so as soon as possible. You can use the link or the QR code to the right. Please note that students can't start their placements without an IVP card in hand. Thank you all for your time. We are again also excited for this part of your teacher journey. As a quick wrap up, you can direct questions for advising to educationadvising@asu.edu. Any questions about your institutional recommendation or your certification, please reach out to MLFTC compliance at asu.edu. Questions about your placement can go to mlftc-pes at asu.edu.